What up, what up? What's up, y'all? It's Merc. I'm back. Man, sorry for the delay, man. I know I've been away for a long time. A lot of stuff been going on in my life, a lot of real shit. You know what I mean? But, you know, not the bag for the likes, bag for this subscribe, but I'll earn that later. But listen, right? So on my last video, somebody left a comment and it was asking me on can we create a culture that could that would genuinely benefit us all. It's something that we could do now and all of that, right? There's a number of things we could do, right? And it's gonna sound a little cheesy, kind of, maybe depending how you're looking at it, but you start with you, right? And if you are start with you, right, and you give yourself, let me see, everything you want from outside, you have to start building from the inside, right? So you yourself can't be going against other black people. You yourself can't be going against organic and holistic ideals and formats and all that. What I do have to say, one thing for sure, as a cautionary thing, as being a black person in America, be very careful of what you prescribe to, right? Just like I say, almost everything that black people like, years later you'll find out that it was not good for us. You know what I mean? Bill Clinton, everybody's championing Bill Clinton, Bill Clinton, Bill Clinton. Oh, he was the first black president. He did this, he did that. And then years later, you realize that three-strike law that he passed on his time was eligible to in turn hurt the black community, right? Jay-Z moving the Barclays to Brooklyn and this, that, and the third, but so many poor black people that own property and stores and all that stuff got pushed out of there, and that was the ushering in of the gentrification of white people now inside of Brooklyn, right? You know what I mean? So, we got very careful as black people what we prescribe to and thinking that is going to help us culturally, right? Another thing that we can try to do is try to learn business, right? Understand business, understand that each and every one of you is in a commercial entity, which means that you can either be a commercial or you can be the recipient of commercials. You understand what I'm saying? So either you're going to be selling something or you're going to be buying something. That's just the nature of the U.S. You don't get money working. You don't get money telling your kids to go to school and get a good job, and therefore they're getting no. You just you tell them to go to school, and learn how to create jobs, and inevitably you're telling them how to be a boss. But you can't be a boss if you don't pay attention to the small stuff. You got to pay attention to. You got to be able to master the little in order to master the all. You understand what I'm saying? So these cultural things, we have to start from that. Teach our kids not to hate, not to hate and put down. When you see somebody, another black person, you gotta understand that you're seeing yourself. You know what I mean? Whatever form of attack or whatever form of freedom or wherever they are at could be you. Whether it's low or high, depending on where you see yourself and where you see that other person that you are now passing judgment on. All right. The other thing, I was just on the phone with my homeboy. The person that gave me that question was Nolan Payne, I think 11, something like that. My boy Boom, shout out to Boom. I see you. The next question, this other topic came to mind from my homie, hey, Anonymous, right? He going through some shit with his family and all that. So anyway, I was telling him that the things that get me mad. People say this all the time. Oh, I die for my kids. I die for my kids. So they're saying in their mind, someone's gonna come in their house, put the kids on the ground, and say, it's either you or these kids. Which one is gonna be? And you're gonna say, oh, I die so my kids can live, right? That's never, ever gonna happen. But you know what is gonna happen? You're gonna have kids. You're gonna have some very non-productive habits and behaviors and friends and dangerous way of earning money and all this stuff, and you're going to continue doing that in the sake for your children, but knowing that if your kids picked up the same thing or if the worst happened, you're leaving them out to dry anyway. So when you say you're gonna die for your children, you should be killing the weak behavior. You should be killing that addiction behavior, that addictive behavior. And this is why the emotion women will be assigned the children from your enemy, the government. The government is inevitably our enemy. The government is the mind and hand of the white man. Every fear that the white man has, the government would play upon it. You understand? Fear on terrorism slash Muslim slash immigration slash non-white people. It's always been a war against non-white people. And when you do not have a culture, right, as a black man, I don't have any culture, now I will go and subscribe to become a police. And then the police would brainwash me when I would go out into my own people, you know what I mean, and hurt and harm and act as if I'm not one of them. It happens to every black person. OJ, Kodak Black. You see it happening. When black people versus black people, white people come swoop right in and give me you. Oh yeah, Michael Jackson, give me you. You see what I'm saying? This is what they do. So, develop some culture, develop some self-love, develop some self-pride, and stuff to that nature. See what's another thing I want to talk about. I think it all ties into culture no matter what, though. You know what I mean? Culture will give you a purpose when you don't know what to do, right? And raising children should also give you a purpose when you do not know what to do. No parent should ever be bored. Because for one, you're not perfect, and for two, you're working on your children. You're constantly working on your children. You are a selfish individual if your children are home and you are home and you're not teaching them or showing them or designing them to not fall for some of the same things that you fell for. Make them repeat it. Make them say it. You have to strengthen them before they go out into the world. You see what I'm saying? One thing is for sure, you're going to die. One thing is for sure, they're going to have to survive and become another commercial. And you know how you are a commercial? Because behind your name on your internet is going to say blah, blah, blah at Gmail, at Yahoo, at iCloud.com. .com represents commercial. If you was an educational organization, it would be .ed, .ed, .org, .gov, whatever the entity is. The entity of you is a commercial. So learn how to become a business, and then you can make commercials to have people feeding your business. That's what it's all about. We have been lied to. We have been lied to. We have been lied to. We are what I like to consider as free slaves. I mean, the other thing that I should have been talked about was when they blackface, the Gucci blackface boycott or whatever and stuff like that. But people don't understand that the whole nature of designer clothing was that. You understand? All right. Can you just imagine the luxury? What does luxury do? What is it for? Right? And you realize it's seduction. Luxury is there to seduce someone. Also, liquor, right? These are tools that the white man uses to draw in people into the faith, because the only thing he can produce is artificial. Everything he produces is artificial, right? We produce real, right? We are the real. The earth produces real. Then we replace it with money, right? That's why the only thing in this equation that tends to be real is property, real estate, right? But me, or I could become a business, and I'm still a person. You know, this is what Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, all the entertainers are. Like Jamie Foxx, everybody that got a name that you know, that name is now become a business. You know what I mean? Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, so forth, and this is how they businessize their name, right? Blue check on Instagram and so forth. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about, man. To become a star in America is how many products you can sell, especially as a black person, you know? I looked at Ho's portfolio to see what made him a billionaire, and he had so many different professions or avenues that was generating money, right? And real estate, rapper, art, club owner, liquor owner, and shit like that, right? Then I looked up another dude, Todd McFarlane, who was the creator of Spawn, right? And he was worth $300 million, and he only had graphic designer under his name. right? Rihanna is worth 600 million, something like that, but she has entertainer, actress, entrepreneur, model, all this shit in order to get to that number. With black people, we got to work super hard in order to get to these things, but meanwhile, a white person can have one profession and become a billionaire or a multi-million, 100 millionaire off of one profession, right? But we have to keep finding ways to service others in order for us, in order for that person to generate money, all right? Then, another thing about culture is essentially that parable in the Bible with Jesus on the mountain, and he says, what gains a man, what benefits a man to gain the world but lose his soul, right? Now, soul will be your extended family outside of your family, people that look like you know what I mean? So when you put on a dress, or when you murder these people, or when you sell these people drugs, or when you lie to these people, or when you just mislead these kids and people just for the sake of getting some name brand, so that now you can come back in front of these same people and show off all your trinkets, you know what I mean? And it's all fake, like people putting diamonds over their teeth. It's just so masquerades, almost kind of scary, like when you really think about it, like, you know what I'm saying? And I know that it's black people and this is how we express ourselves and blah blah blah, and I get it, man, but I don't like the route in which people would take to get it. You see what I'm saying? It's one thing to have tattoos and all of that, but when you have the tattoos and you made it look like you on the street, you know what I mean? And you creating kids who don't know what to do, who don't have so much shit going on because of the attack that we under, and then they want to emulate the people that look like they making it, and they looking like they doing any and everything to get to it. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it becomes real dangerous to our future when we carry ourselves in this type of manner and act like this for the sake of, you know. Another conversation I had with my homeboys I thought was super real, you know what I mean? That a lot of people could get up in arms about, right? It's the Nipsey Hussle thing, right? Now, rest in peace to Nip, man. You know what I mean? We're not even tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? But when we're talking about our kids and our future, you have to be very, very careful to understand that there's nothing positive. This is what I really want to say. There's nothing positive about being a gangbanger. There's nothing positive about being a gangbanger. Point blank period. You understand what I'm saying? So for us to hear Crip or to hear Blood or to hear whatever gang these people are down with, that also becomes an influential point also. When you understand, now we're talking commercialism, influence, culture, norm, all these are like factors. These are things that you could put into an equation to get a desired result. You understand what I'm saying? So when you put gang and money and fame and you tie them in together, a kid that's looking for money and fame would pick up the gang, you know, all that. And now when you get on and rap and to the front of the camera, you're going to be saying shit like gang, and throwing up your fingers and pulling out guns. And in your video, you're going to be showing yourself killing people that look like you and blah, blah, blah. And white America is going to love it because white America is fully aware of what you are doing and how much you're selling your culture out. You see what I'm saying? How much of your soul you are selling in order to get to this artificial reality, this artificial pleasuring. You see what I'm saying? And this is why a lot of them have to be so high, have to be so whatever. You know what I mean? When I listen to, like, I follow a lot of these dudes on Instagram. Oh, it's another thing I can't understand. It's the blonde hair. Like, what's up with y'all niggas down y'all hair blonde? Niggas is acting like bitches, B. Niggas got on tight. Everything the girl wear, these niggas is wearing. Down to the drawers. Shit is a sad sight, man. Sad sight. So, you gotta understand, man. In the beginning, growing up in America, and what I realized that for most men, we become men probably like 35, 40 years old. You know what I mean? And in between that time, we were certified full-fledged niggas, aka agents of the agenda, aka uh, puppets of the Illuminati. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing cool. Ain't nothing cool about selling crack, dog. Ain't nothing cool about shooting niggas that look like you, dog. Ain't nothing cool about using the word nigga and in your subconscious you seeing a black person. When I use the word nigga, I don't use it like that. I know when I use it for one, it's for male, meaning male. White nigga, Chinese nigga, don't even matter, nigga. And then when I'm really using the word nigga, it usually means the masses, the uneducated. Like, I mean, the biggest niggas in the world are white. Donald Trump is one of the biggest niggas in the world. You see what I'm saying? So there's nothing to do, and I hate when black people try to own it with the color. Like, that is so sickening. I mean, you want to throw up on these sneaks. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just not good. So that's fucked up, you know? What's another thing? I mean, Donald Trump, nigga. Oh yeah, so yeah, we grew up as niggas first and then become men after, right? So here's a classic example. Look at Gilly, Oskino, My Song, all right? You're gonna see, look at Hove, look at their junior way of talking and communicating and getting to the money and all of that, and look at how they are talking now. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna see two different people. I guarantee you, look at my younger self versus me. Oh man, I don't even know how I would talk to this kid. You see what I'm saying? So, it's, what we think is cool and what becomes the norm is always going to help. It's always going to benefit somebody. It's usually going to be your enemy, right? But the discipline, the straight and narrow, that route is going to benefit us all. You know what I mean? So let's put down these excuses, man. Let's put down these addictions to be less. Let's look for cliches. Let's look for affirmation from the crowd that to keep us going in the right direction, man. If you see a girl walking around with natural hair, you go out your way. You let her know that she looks beautiful. If you see a family crossing the street, a black family crossing the street, be patient. Stop traffic and let them cross. Help them out. Don't let them feel like they under attack, because we under attack. We all allies to one another. And just stop looking to eat off of me. Let's eat off of them. Let's con them. Let's finesse them. Let's burn them. Stop burning me. I ain't trying to burn you. If you ever see me on any type of public transit, I got a seat for you. I'm holding this seat down for you. It's a fact. We gotta be real, man. We gotta be real. We gotta be honest and sincere. We gotta stick to it. We can't let another nigga, any nigga, get us off track. You see what I'm saying? So let's hold that down. Let's keep that going. There's another thing we need to learn, man. Learn the law. Learn how these words mean something completely different in law. So that makes you wonder. The two things that make America move in politics and all that is science and law. That's it. The science backs up the law. Religion only makes the slave, keeps it real. When the slave get there, put his hand on the book, put his hand up, oh, God told me to do it, and God. Plenty niggas in there doing life because of God. And the cop would get up there, put his hand on that same Bible and lie. And you be sitting there saying, I said, man, he lying on the Bible. Well, he going to hell. But meanwhile, what you about to do? Tell the truth and go where? To heaven? You tripping. You're tripping. So that shit don't work, right? Then and they tell you this in the Bible. Oh, God created Adam and Eve. Then in science, it said we all evolved from monkeys. You see what I'm saying? How come they not tying in? Why the story don't tie in? Because it's designed to keep you confused and chasing your tail and never be able to build from that. It's all designed to keep you distracted, keep you missing the point, keep you in sin, missing the mark, keep you on that hamster wheel. Where you're going to get closer to success. The minute you put any and all of these things down, you're going to find yourself becoming more and more powerful, letting go of all the fake and walking with the real. That's what it's really all about, man. I ain't gonna hold up too much of your time, man. It's your boy, man. I'm gonna be right back at it with another one. I promise you that. And that's when I'm gonna ask you to like,